How's it going, everybody? Every single time a new character is released, especially if it's for a team that you value in whatever game mode is your favorite, the question pops up. Can I use them for Professor X? It's a good question, because we all want to kind of balance our Gear Tier 20 farming needs, and a lot of people have been asking me about Hellverine. So, I caved. I bought a couple of the pity offers, and I actually struck gold and got a 100 drop, and so I actually have the possibility to get him to 4 stars right away. Here's the thing about Hellverine. He is going to be amazing on the Crucible team, right? On the Accursed team, he's going to be amazing. The problem is, the Cosmic Villain section is tuned around big characters that they knew we already had. So, can Hellverine survive is the question. I have him as a fortifier, because I think at the very least, he's going to need that. We're going to go into our Professor X event right now, Cosmic Villain section, and it's really just the last note. It's the last note is the one that you got to test against, right? So, I have all the characters I brought before were Gladiator, Endgame Thanos, Shadow King, Gore, and Null. Besides Null, who at the time I believe was 4 red stars, he might have been 5. They're all diamond out. Like even Shadow King's got 1 diamond, right? And they get hit hard. The question becomes, who gets subbed out? Is it Gladiator? Because, I mean, he's a pre-taunting tank, but he doesn't really help do damage after that point. Is it Endgame Thanos? Is it Shadow King? Is it Gore? So we'll do a couple testing here. We do have him at 3 stars. Obviously, Gear 20. Obviously, Purple ISO 3, as you would probably do. Purple ISO, I mean, you have to have him at 105 Gear 20 for Professor X, right? I'm going to start by getting rid of the Gladiator, and I think this is probably going to be the one that has the best chance of success. Although Gladiator is great, Endgame Thanos will help deal more damage, and the Gore will get speed bar from the Null, and you'll be able to get ahead of things. The reason this node is so deadly against not maxed out characters is because the panda pools hit everybody. Pre-time tank's not going to stop that. I think war rules are active here, or some sort of stupid rules are active that make them go super fast. And so you end up just kind of getting wrecked by them. And we see here, this is good. Hellverine did not get hit by the Nightcrawler, so far that's good. You see these panda pools. Look at the damage that's happening to Shadow King. Hellverine actually is taking the beating a little bit better because of that. Endgame Thanos gets pushed. That takes all the buffs away. Hey, this is going great so far. Subbing out the Gladiator. I have to ability block here so that I can get on those gambits. Okay? Okay, Shadow King is in trouble. He's in big trouble. He's getting hard targeted, and I emphasis on hard. The special heal self. It doesn't heal everybody else. It pulls debuffs off. Okay. We'll steal this. It's going to put death proof because we stole the heal block. Okay, so Null special giving you death proof could be what you need to help you get through the rest of this if we can actually get some turns going. But we're still looking down the barrel of this Nightcrawler right now. And it's not looking good for us. Just being honest, it's not looking good for us right now. Because he's going to ult and that's going to kill my Shadow King. Or at the very least, it's going to... Oh! But that's a 1 diamond Shadow King. Is that replicatable? He one-shot a bunch of people. Is that replicatable is the question. I guess I could have ability blocked the rogue down here instead. Because then, I don't know if it's actual coin flip or if these rogues have the same speed bar. There's a lot of questions right now, but this is actually looking potential with the 3-star Hellverine. It's actually Shadow King that is the biggest person in danger here. Which means we got to get through these gambits. The whole thing about this node is you have all this stupid unavoidable damage, and then you have these gambits that kind of finish you off. Cannot be blocked, cannot be dodged. Let's go ahead and throw the ultimate. Kind of feels like a waste on just, well, he does a shit ton of damage and he heals himself up really nicely. So that's big. That's really big. One thing that's sitting in the back of my head right now is this all looks fine and dandy, but if the Endgame Thanos didn't rip the buffs off, does this still look this good? Endgame Thanos, again, he's taking all these taunts off. He's getting rid of the speed up on the Hank. So Endgame Thanos, I think, is a character a lot of people want to skip because of the implications of skill gear, right? All right, so Null already had his special again. I'm actually not sure how he got it up so fast, but I'm fine with that. We'll keep going over here. Shadow King's about to ult. Actually, no, he's probably going for this Void Knight before he flips all my buffs. It really is just that first wave. The Cosmic Felix section is nothing except for that last wave. Endgame Thanos is the battery. That's right. That's why. So another thing Endgame Thanos is doing is he's being the battery, because we did have that exposed up there for a long time because of the Hellverine. Oh, man. This is tough. We won. We did. We did beat it with a 3-star Hellverine. Not 4, not 5, a 3-star Hellverine. With Shadow King taking all the damage. I know a lot of people don't want to bring Endgame Thanos. We'll try bringing in Gladiator instead of Endgame Thanos now. I think it's just not going to work. I think it's just not going to work. Without the Endgame Thanos big damage, I don't think it's going to work. Bringing in Mephisto would defeat the purpose of trying to save on like any sort of realistic gear. I don't think this is going to work. If Hellverine gets... So here's the thing. We know that if Hellverine survives to get a turn, he's going to full heal himself when he ults. Apparently, that's the thing that he does. That's great. It's spooky. This is super spooky. There's no way it works without the endgame Thanos. We flipped so many buffs on both the first and second wave there. Alright, let's feel this out. So we have no risk of that Nightcrawler special stunning anybody this time. Hellverine did get hit by the Nightcrawler this time, giving him a bleed. There's another hit. Okay. So these Panda Pools just do an absolute ridiculous amount of damage. Gladiator does get the target of these two things, which is great. I feel like I should ult to get the Shadow King ping. Get that Shadow King ping as much as we can. Hellverine is not looking good. We need our null to special ASAP. Yeah, we'll do this here. Should have done it on the Panda. I actually don't know if my guy's a striker or not. I think he's still rated from the last Crucible. Okay, now we got our Death Proof, right? Okay, good. We got Death Proof on Hellverine. This is amazing. And he's got heal block again right away. I don't know if he heals through heal block. I'm not sure. And he still has to take a turn. God damn it, Hellverine, take a turn. At least the Gambits don't hit very hard, but their basics are going after him. I do not know if he heals through heal block. I actually have no idea. He doesn't. Knock those Gambits really low. One Gambit down. One Gambit down. The other Gambit's down. I repeat, the other Gambit is down. But this Nightcrawler is about to flip us. If we can't get the Shadow King ping, is going to go for the Panda Pool. It is dodged. This is not looking good for us so far. He's about to... Oh, no. I think... Does he flip it into bleeds, too? He flipped it into slow. With the Gambits down, is there still a way, or is she ulting and hitting everybody? We were so close. We were so close. The problem is, guys, I don't think there's RNG to resets there. I don't think there's an RNG potential to reset there because it's the Gambit pings, which are going to hit the lowest target. We could not get through that Nightcrawler in time. We didn't have the expose energy flying. We got stuck on multiple taunts, but not just the taunts. Endgame Thanos cleared all the death proofs that were on the rogue down here, and we were able to ability block the other rogue before her turn. I don't think I would suggest bringing in a 3-star Hellverine. He was so close. He was so close. I think 5-star Hellverine is safe. 4-star Hellverine, you're going to be looking at a lot of resets. And that's if you take out the endgame Thanos. If you leave in the endgame Thanos, clearly I just showed that it is possible if your other characters are big enough. If your other characters are big enough, then it's possible. So, should you bring Hellverine because you got the extra Mystic gear and you're a really big fan of Crucible and he's a lot cheaper than Mephisto and you could bring different characters into the Cosmic Hero section without relying on Odin, because you can do like full Starjammers and there's no Mystic characters there. Or maybe you'll do like Quasar because he's a cheaper Mystic option. Would this team get through Cosmic Hero? Yeah, it would. So if you're trying to balance things around and you have that extra Mystic gear, because we did get back-to-back, or we will be getting back-to-back Mystic leaderboards, starting today. I don't think it's a terrible decision. I would just say, yeah, you want to save the skill though, not the buy. Yeah. So if you're trying to like bring in a different skill character, say global hero, you want to bring Captain Sam, but that means no endgame Thanos. Hellverine could be that option, but I do think it means that you're going to have to core Hellverine to 4, if not 5 stars, or wait till he's in that intel store and start pumping him up. Pump him up. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is there was a rework to Juggernaut here. So Hellverine, Professor X, gets my stamp of approval if you're willing to bring him up to 4 or 5 stars before expecting to win. Or if you do have the endgame Thanos anyway, and you want to save on Biogear instead, then you can go ahead and bring him instead of somebody like Gladiator. Now, Gore, Null, Shadow King, I think they're all still no-brainers, in my opinion. There was a pretty substantial rework to the Accursed team. Particularly this line right here on Juggernaut's kit. Heal self and all Accursed allies for 20% of his max health. The big risk factor with the Accursed, at least on defense, is that they can get nuked out by really fast characters before they get a turn. That could be with Songbird, 132. We also have Quasar, 129. Freaking Odin could come in at 128. His basic would absolutely do tremendous damage to them. There's so many characters that are faster than the Accursed starting speed of 125 with Satana. This, I think, was added to combat the idea of just bringing in some fast characters and nuking them down. They took care of the Emma Frost Emma Frost OG version. She does not slow their speed stat anymore, okay? Also, they took out Guardian offense up. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. That comes in the form of the Hood's passive. This is to help combat against just hard-hitting speed stat characters like Null, Gore, Songbird. We already named a bunch, right? The healing self and all Accursed allies for 20% max health is actually going to be really, really impactful because of the amount of health that the Juggernaut has. Look at this health pool. This health pool is giant, right? So he's going to heal for a tremendous amount, and Juggernaut has the advantage of, I believe he gets 20% speed bar whenever he's attacked or Hellverine is attacked. So he's actually can pop off pretty quickly. The opponent to stop that would have to bring in somebody like Howard the Duck, who, you know, until he takes a turn, Juggernaut wouldn't get the speed bar, or Captain Britain to stop speed bar across the board. And that could be an option, but then they're limiting their damage that they're going to be able to bring in on their team. To the point where I think like a reasonably built Accursed team, if they have to bring in Captain Britain, may not be able to nuke your Accursed team, which is going to give this ability right here tremendous, tremendous value. If they come in with a Songbird and a Gore after Gore goes, it's then going to be Juggernaut's turn. This change has made me reconsider the ISO that I want on Juggernaut. I'm actually changing the ISO I want on Juggernaut now to be a healer. I was thinking Fortifier for events like the Scourge and the Negative Zone that we're all going to probably have to do for some sort of stupid leaderboard, and then Raider for actual Crucible because his ult looks like it's going to hit a lot. Now I think it's just healer probably across the board. I think with the healer, that 20% heal with his like 13 million life is going to be even more impactful. So I'm changing my Juggernaut ISO recommendation to healer. I think that people are sleeping on this team. I also think when you're using this team on offense, healer's also going to be better, especially while you have, you know, your 3 to 5 star new Accursed characters. Because Juggernaut, you're obviously not going to bring him into situations where he's not getting speed bar, or at least you'll try not to. So he'll get the speed bar quickly. He'll make sure he heals up the rest of your team. When he gets that taunt off, you're very well protected. So for me, Juggernaut just became a healer. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that little tidbit of information with you. So Hellverine and Professor X looks to be good at about 4 or 5 stars. Starting point for me are 3 stars if you're going to finesse it with that team I showed you. And then Juggernaut healer. That's all I want to share with you guys today. All right. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye for now. I'll throw this at the end of the video. I just realized like I could have brought him to 4 stars. I should do that. So I brought him to 4 stars. We were able to get through this. I think it took us 1 attempt. It did get hairy. We did have to eat the Nightcrawler ultimate, but then we were able to actually heal up with a Shadow King ultimate, and we ended up getting through it. Pretty good. So yeah, 4-star Hellverine confirmed can work without endgame Thanos, for whatever that's worth.